Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special edition of Searching for Integrity and also Embracing the Abyss with the Neil Haley Show. And I'm excited to welcome from John Smith. John, we're going to continue to read Embracing the Abyss. What chapter are we on now?
We are on chapter 18.
Okay, fantastic.
And the name of the chapter is Cruella Visits.
Oh, no. That's not going to be good if Cruella visits.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm ready to begin when you are.
I am ready.
Okay. A pretrial probation officer for the federal court in Dallas made arrangements with Alex, my wife, to visit with her at our home in Coppell. It was an early afternoon meeting on a sunny day by the pool overlooking the backyard. The officer was a tall woman with a long black hair. She was smug and seemed pleasantly pleased that someone was going to suffer, that someone better off than her was going to become unhappy. As she and Alex sat in chairs on the pool deck, her first question was, "Are you ready for when your husband goes to prison?" Because he is going to prison. Upon hearing those cruel words, Alex basically shut down. How do you know that? After the probation officer dropped her bomb, she seemed very pleased with herself. She wasn't rude, but she came from a position of power. She wanted to hurt Alex to see her cry, and she did. It was a serious attempt to take Alex down a notch or 10. Alex does not recall anything after that. It was a short meeting, not even 30 minutes long. I arrived an hour or so later to find Alex distraught. Alex's question was, why would she want to frighten me? The ground seemed like it was sinking beneath both of us. Reaching for words, I said to Alex, "It's not going to happen like that. I'm not going to prison." My statement surprised me because it came from a part of me that I usually keep to myself. From the beginning of the problems that Vernon Savings brought, I promised myself that I would not bring it home. With the relentless pressure I experienced every day about jail or no jail, I chose not to talk about any of it with Alex or my sons. I knew that I didn't have an answer for this pending predicament, so I kept it pretty much to myself and prayed a lot. I explained to Alex that probation officers make a calculation according to the federal criminal code. They score crimes on a point basis using the criminal code that probation officers and other agents use to determine sentencing guidelines. When I told Steve about the probation officer's visit and intentionally upset Alex, he was livid. Steve had already discovered a number of mistakes in the pretrial probation officer's facts regarding my case. However, he set the record straight by providing her the truth on multiple occasions. Her calculations of my doing time dropped more than once based on the information that Steve provided. For instance, she had me taking dollar amounts and receiving dollar amounts, which was simply not true. Her analysis of my case was definitely skewed toward the worst she could conjure. After Alex's meeting with the probation officer, I was even more resolved not to discuss much about anything regarding Vernon Savings, the pleading, or the future sentencing while I was at home. I felt that this decision would better maintain both our sanities and allow us to live as ordinary people raising two young children. Waking every morning, I would gaze up at the bedroom ceiling, wondering if I was in prison yet. This was always my first thought, and every morning I had to get that thought out of my head to accomplish the daunting tasks that lay before me. There were a few occasions when I explained certain things to Alex or answered her questions, but on the whole, we lived our lives as though we should, not worrying about the unknown. I knew deep inside that I had a special purpose in this life, even if it was a small one, And I believed that God was seeing me through to get there. I knew I was not dealing with this on my own, and then I was pulling in strength and guidance from the heavens. I was thankful every day for every day.
Wow.
That's it.
Powerful. It's powerful, John, because you had the faith that you were not going to prison. When the odds were, you were, right?
That's right.
And how do you have that feeling to get up every day and do things when you feel that all is distraught in the world, especially for you?
That's the only way out. That was the only way out. And I had to keep going on the path that I chose. And that was to become the best witness that the SNL FBI task force had ever had.
And you had to keep busy. What about during the time you're not doing that? How did you keep busy? Just doing work, business dealings?
Yeah. I still was putting together a living. And so I was primarily, though, I was in meetings. I was at the FBI offices, not daily, but 2-3 times a week.
Wow.
They'll have something they came across, something that, like, for instance, the Gipper. Last week we talked about the Gipper. Well, there was one of those. They call me up. They say, "Do you know who?" And I say, "Yes." And they say, "Come on down." And there goes my afternoon.
Oh, God.
This went on for a long time, a very long time.
Never compensated.
Correct.
Wow. Then did they never apologize? You never could sue the government for the way they prosecuted you without any evidence?
Well, they thought they had evidence. And the problem was that it was the people that I was surrounded by that I was not able to separate myself from. So I had to do 10 times the right thing versus to cover up and make it go away one single bad thing.
Okay. All right. So the best place we can check you out, John, and people catch up is going to embracingthevis.com and searchingforintegrity.com. You have a show weekly. Now you have an email list, and if people want to go check out and subscribe to that email channel, just email him at info@searchingforintegrity.com. And you could now be on that list to see when the new podcasts drop, all the different information happening with John Smith, and new books that come out soon by joining that email list by going to info@searchingforintegrity.com and email him there. I appreciate it, John. Great information for sure. Appreciate all that you do. And again, the passion that you bring into this and to help people that are going through the problems they're going through, especially with courts and different things that happen. We have to be strong each and every day that we know everything's going to work out as it worked out for you, John.
Worked hard.
You worked hard and it worked.
I did.
And now you're telling your story to everyone else. Okay.
Right.
That was the special edition of Embracing the Bis and searchingforintegrity.com with the Neil Haley Show. Take care.